Hey out there. Happy Friday. TGIF. Thank God I'm free. So I'm over at the Brown House and I got a call from Tom yesterday. Tom from Get It Done Construction. It's been a little bit of a hiccup. I don't even like to say setback. I just say hiccup. Sounds a little bit better. Where Tom had taken out all the floors and replaced them with joists and new subfloor, and it feels really good underneath your feet. We were going to tie that section into the existing hardwood, sand it down. Diane came up with this idea, and I think it's a good idea, to make all the floors nice and dark, so there was going to be some staining involved. But anyway, make a long story short, the hardwood that we were going to tie into was a little spongy under your feet. So Tom must have started taking up some of that hardwood yesterday, and underneath didn't look so good. You'll have to look back at previous videos to see what I'm talking about, but that new subfloor, new joists and stuff was going to tie into what was once hardwood over here. However, Tom started ripping it up yesterday, and he gave me a call and said, with good conscience, I think we're going to have to redo that. Now, if you're watching DIY shows or HGTV shows and they come across a hiccup, a setback, obstacle, challenge or something like this, where they cut to commercial after they rip open a wall, they say, oh my goodness, and they're finding something horrible back there, then they go to commercial. Unlike that, I have a lot more to learn. I'm not saying that I'm an expert, but I do put a contingency in place. So for the floors, I had a nice sizable budget in there, and Tom would agree with me. I wasn't sure of what was underneath. So yes, I'm not going to even call this a setback. Like I said, I'm going to call it a hiccup, because I kind of anticipated all the living area floors possibly needed to be done, and possibly some of the framing. So this isn't that big of a deal in my head. Don't get me wrong, I wish it didn't happen, but it is what it is. It's a hiccup. It's gonna actually possibly, in the long run, be good. If I hold on to this place as a rental, then people aren't going to be falling through the floor. That's always good. If I sell it and it feels nice and solid under your feet, as soon as you walk in the house, everything is the same. I'm going to put the waterproof vinyl, luxury vinyl planking down for the whole living area. Then when you run numbers with how much it was going to cost to stain this new hardwood, to tie it into the existing hardwood, what was it going to look like, the cost and everything else, at the end of the day, it's not that big of a deal. Where it becomes a little bit of a setback is the timing. I've been making these videos about where we were going with this. I think the third coat of spackle's on. We were going to sand it this weekend. And then I already ordered the cabinets. So the cabinets should be here on Tuesday, which is, what is this? That's about 3-4 days away. So we had a plan in place to just keep on moving ahead. And then this happened. Here's the thing. This stuff happens. Ultimately, it's my house. And I don't want to make a problem, because this is my problem. This isn't Tom's problem. I don't want to make my problem Tom's problem. So when he called me yesterday, I hope I made it sound like it wasn't that big of a deal. I don't like to make my problem somebody else's problem, and I like that about Tom, and I like that about some other people that I have in my life. Something's going on that's affecting them that could possibly affect me if they tell me all about it and bring me into the problem. But I try not to do that. And if this is just a little timing setback, then it's not that big of a deal. Now, if you watch previous videos or you've seen previous videos, or if you've even talked to me out on the street, then I may come across as saying, like, why doesn't everybody get into flipping? Why doesn't everybody get into real estate investing? It's the best thing ever. It's awesome. Gives you money, gives you freedom, gives you all these different things. Why aren't you getting into it? I don't really think I'm that over enthusiastic when I talk with people. I was doing that for dramatic effect. But like when something like this with the floors, a little bit of a obstacle happens, I think about what creates stress in my life with real estate investing. And yes, this is something that affects me a little bit, and I'd be lying if I said it didn't. However, you know where the stress comes from? It's from the financial aspect. It's from juggling money. Like yesterday, the 15th, just so happens is when I have 7 mortgages due. So 7 mortgage payments get taken out of my bank account. If you would have said that to me a couple of years ago, like, hey, Harry, you want to get into real estate? You're going to be paying 7 mortgages on the same day. I mean, what? What are you talking about? The financial aspect of juggling money, you know, having money come in, like, let's just say the Brown House. I got to get a second draw payment on this. It's got to get to a certain point for me to get that money. So while I'm in this process of renovating a house or not renovating a house, if you do this full time, like I do, you don't have any other income coming in. I mean, thank God I got Diane. Diane's got the W-2 income, so some pressure is taken off. However, I don't have any income coming in. So I want to take a before, because at the end, this thing is going to look beautiful. It's going to be beautiful. You better watch where I step on these floors now. Which is kind of refreshing to know that the hardwood was taken up. We see what's underneath and it's going to be replaced. You're just going to be able to sleep better at night. But anyway, listen, back to the financial thing. Wait a minute. First, I have to show you this picture. Mr. Burke and Tom. Tom told me he left me a present back here. That's awesome. I might bring it home. Tom, do not destroy that if you're listening to this, because I'm bringing it home and framing it. It's the little things that make your day. So, look, there it is. It's on the refrigerator. So listen, I was thinking yesterday, I was talking to Diane last night, because I think I mentioned in videos that once I get into bed with Diane, then I have a captive audience, and then I can talk about whatever I want. She's too tired to get up. I think I might have said something like, you know, for a while, I think I was not preaching, but I was telling everybody to get into this business. But this isn't for everyone. I'm saying this because if I sound like, I don't know if Pollyanna is the word, like everything is good in this business. For me, everything is good. I'd have it no other way. I would do nothing else but this. No matter how old I am or wherever I'm at, I'm going to be looking for real estate deals. I love this. The dark side, you know what they call the dark side when you're playing craps at a craps table? That's when you do the don't pass and the don't come. That means you're betting against the table. The majority of people don't want to see a 7 come out once a point's established. But when you're betting the dark side, you want to see a 7 come out. So when I talk about real estate or I make a video about real estate, I don't want to go on to the dark side. I think it's hard to come back out the other side. So I'm not going to call it the dark side. I'm going to say there's another side. Reality says that there's some stress that's involved with this. There's some serious stress with juggling cash, 7 mortgage payments. All right, that's the best picture ever, huh? So when I make a video, I hope I sound upbeat and not talking you guys into getting into this. But now I'm telling you a little bit about behind the scenes and what's stressful. So yesterday's the 15th. I have to pay 7 mortgage payments. And some other stuff's one of the tenants is seeing a ghost in the house. Yeah, ask me about that. They're going to get a priest involved. And then Tom called me about the floors. The floors was the least of my worries. Because you know what? I trust Tom's going to get this done. He's going to get it done. It's the name of his company. Get It Done Construction. I looked up on YouTube about, what did I look up? Stress in real estate investing yesterday. I guess I was feeling it, and I didn't want to tell anybody about it. And I found this guy, and he must have been this, like, CEO of, like, I don't know, him and his 3 friends, or I don't know. That was sarcasm. He had a shirt and tie on, and he was sitting in his office, and he was talking very calm about the stress that goes along with being a business leader. And he said that what he does is he has prayer and meditation. Prayer and meditation is what relieves him of his stress. I think this is my sarcastic side with that whole voice and stuff, because I use prayer and meditation. In the morning, the first thing I do is I ask God, to take away my selfishness, to redirect my thinking, to think of other people, to be unselfish, to be kind and loving in all my affairs. I have a whole ritual that I do there. And I concentrate on my breathing. I do prayer and meditation. However, I also like to go down to Atlantic City. I relieve a little bit of stress there. You know, I do some other things that aren't necessarily pious. And when I hear people talking about relieving stress and the only thing they do are like pious activities, prayer and meditation, I'm wondering what they're doing else besides that. Because I don't know if you're familiar with Billions, but Chuck, the prosecutor, with all the stress on him, his stress management involves a little bit of leather and possibly whips. I'm not into that thing. However, I'm not here to judge Chuck. He's not hurting anybody, and that's his thing. So I have a couple different outlets that don't hurt anybody. Prayer and meditation is one of them that really helps. Atlantic City, spending time with the family, doing some other activities, going to the gym, getting on the treadmill. I speak with other people every day. I'm bringing this up because I said that real estate investing isn't for everyone, and I guess it's not, but it's for me. Trying to find a balance is the key. So I'm sure the next time I come into the Brown House, there's going to be even more done. Till next time.